is that every old barn could use a little paint. You know, someone should explain it to me. You got to take the old coat of paint off first before you put on the new.
Wait till you hear what Jay has to say tonight, right after your late local news.
If I knew there was a nude scene in this picture, I would have asked for another $1 million.
The world premiere movie, Bonanza: The Return, NBC Sunday.
At least one of these things is now easy to find because every Honda Civic comes with both a driver's and front passenger's airbag standard. See your Carolina Honda dealer as soon as you find your keys.
Newswatch 12, the only Piedmont television station recognized for excellence by the Associated Press. And now, Rick Emmey, Kathy Murphy, Scott Zahorik with weather, and Dan Rath with sports. This is Newswatch 12 at 11.
Good evening. A Virginia couple is on the run tonight, wanted for finding but refusing to return $21,000 in lost money.
We first brought you the story of the missing money last night. A man told us how he accidentally left $21,000 in cash on top of his car. It fell off while he was driving in Stokes County, and all but $100 of it disappeared. But someone who watched our story last night led investigators to the money in Henry County, Virginia. Bill O'Neill picks up the story there.
Acting on a tip from a Newswatch 12 viewer, investigators recovered $1,700 of the missing money at this Lowe's store near Martinsville, Virginia. Authorities say the money was used to buy a hot tub. Detective James Joyce says the $100 bills were identified by serial numbers provided by the Federal Reserve with help from First Union Bank in Walnut Cove, where the money originally came. Joyce says two suspects, Harley and Louise Griffith of Ridgeway, Virginia, were asked to return the missing money, but refused. Now the husband and wife face charges of felony larceny.
Once you're told the circumstance and who it belongs to, then by the state statute, you are liable to turn this back over to the rightful owner, and then when you fail to do that, you may charge of larceny.
And that's a felony?
That's felony.
The money belongs to this man, John Johnson. He says $21,500 inside a candy box accidentally fell off his car while driving down Highway 65 last Sunday. He thinks it fell off somewhere between Walnut Cove and Germantown along Highway 65. Today, a man calling himself Robbie joined the search.
Yeah, I've lost a bunch of money one time before, too. Hell, I'd like to find the return to the guy.
John Johnson hoped for a good Samaritan, but admitted it was a long shot.
It'd be a temptation for anybody, but and a large temptation. Times are not that easy, but they're not spending their money, they're spending mine.
John still doesn't have his money back, but only yesterday authorities had little hope of ever finding it. Tonight, John Johnson has new hope of resolving his $21,000 mistake. In Walnut Cove, Bill O'Neill, Newswatch 12.
John Johnson first got that money last week in a settlement with an insurance company. He was taking it to the bank when he lost it. It is the night before Thanksgiving, and the Salvation Army bells are ringing again. And they're calling you to donate money to help those who are less fortunate. People like Abram Coker began collecting today at 8 grocery locations in Winston-Salem, but will soon expand to 20 locations. The money pays for social services and welfare types of help. Canned goods and turkeys were collected by Forsyth County school bus drivers, and they delivered their Thanksgiving meal this evening.
And let people that are in need, more so than some of us, that we do care about them and we love them. It's a community effort that we're trying to do.
The Forsyth County school bus drivers delivered food to more than 15 families. Well, an estimated 29 million people are visiting friends or relatives for this Thanksgiving holiday.
Many of those going by car have already reached their destination. This is a live look at cars rolling down Business I-40 at Broad Street in Winston-Salem. As you can see, traffic is getting lighter on the interstate as the night wears on, and so far, lawmen say there have been no major problems on our highways. Many of you who did travel the highways today may have noticed increased security at our state's rest stops. The Division of Motor Vehicles beefed up security following the murder of a rest stop employee in Cleveland County last month. The measure has many holiday motorists breathing a sigh of relief. Vince Scanlon reports.
No one in the past would ever thought our rest areas become an unsafe place to stop. But I have a lot of travelers that come in and say, I wouldn't have stopped if I hadn't seen you here.
E.J. Grimsley is one of hundreds of uniformed officers making holiday travel safer for motorists. He's not looking for speeders or drunk drivers. He's just watching out for you at one of our state's 58 rest stops. The beefed-up security is a result of a brutal murder earlier this fall at a Kings Mountain rest stop.
I saw a new sign when we came in the rest area. It was a red backed sign that said something like, this area is patrolled by state troopers periodically. And then I was doubly impressed because there was a state trooper here. So that made me feel safe, especially with all the people traveling on the holidays.
Larry Plowman is especially scared. He works nights at this rest stop. It's a job he calls risky.
Never know who might come in, though. Some robber or something like that.
On a night like this, when the roads are well-traveled, people don't mind stopping at rest areas, especially when they see other cars. But on a normal night, when the roads are less traveled, parking lots are virtually empty in rest areas, and people say they'll keep driving by for many reasons, including inefficient lighting.
It's almost 6:30, so you want me to come straight there?
Lauren Wilson does a lot of highway traveling in her job. She says a few years ago, she didn't think twice about stopping at rest areas. Now, even with patrol officers, she's hesitant.
I would still have to check it out before I stopped. I might drive on through.
The DMV has assigned patrols to each of the state's rest stops 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Vince Scanlon, Newswatch 12, Davie County.
And the DMV is looking for an increased budget so they can add more officers. Well, our country will soon have more gun control. Today, Republicans ended their recent holdup and passed the Brady bill. Among other things, the bill calls for a 5-day waiting period before gun purchases. President Clinton plans to sign the bill next week, but opinions on the bill in our area are mixed.
I think it's a good idea because there's too many teenagers out here with handguns, and it's just dangerous to even go anywhere.
I imagine if you find the people that's been shot, they're not new guns, so I don't know whether it's going to help that or not.
I think it's great, and I think they ought to pass a law that everybody should have to take a schooling to teach them how to use a handgun.
I think we need to start making our criminals responsible for what they do, and that would take care of a lot of our problems.
Next year, Congress will have the opportunity to review the Brady bill and make changes if necessary.
In New Hampshire, a temporary bridge collapsed today. Although the bridge was not being used by cars, it collapsed onto 2 workers, killing them and injuring a third. They were dismantling the temporary structure near Concord, New Hampshire, when it apparently gave way and fell. The bridge is part of 2 routes near Interstate 89. The crash of that bus in Winston-Salem last night is getting the attention of investigators. It seemed to run away with a driver who crashed it to stop it. The accident on Main Street sent at least 20 people to the hospital with minor injuries. This afternoon, an engineer with General Motors who made the bus came to see what went wrong. It may be next week before he knows, but a passenger on the wrecked bus says the driver had troubles hours before the crash.
He called in on Patterson Avenue and told whoever it was that he didn't have any brakes. We sat there for about 5 seconds. They called back and told him to go ahead and keep that bus, and they was not going to send him another one.
City officials tell us the driver did call with braking problems, and they sent a mechanic to the scene. The officials say the driver said he would continue and never asked for a new bus. Darrell Hunt's attorneys are asking for a new trial for the convicted murderer, and Monday, a judge will hear closing arguments in the special hearing. Defense attorneys say he deserves a 3rd trial because prosecutors withheld evidence in the 1984 murder trial of Deborah Sykes. The judge is not expected to rule until early next year.
R.J. Reynolds' primary competitor, Philip Morris, has announced major layoffs and plant closings. The tobacco and consumer products giant says it will eliminate 14,000 jobs and close or reduce the size of 40 plants. Philip Morris will not say who's affected or where, but that the move is to cut costs and be more competitive. Winston-Salem will have a new fire chief come the 1st of the month. Today, the city manager appointed Deputy Chief Otis Cooper to fill the job held by retiring Chief Pete Harless.
We all know what the job is of Scott Zahorik.
Yes, we do.
Turkey Day forecast, Scott? That's right. I know you want to know about it. First, let's show you what a great day we had
for today. Uncharacteristically warm once again. High temperature in Winston-Salem, 70 degrees, 71 in Greensboro, as well as High Point. Overnight temperatures, though, rather cold for this time of year. Kind of real snapping rubber band kind of weather we've got going. A very cold start to very warm afternoons. That'll be changing. Average of 58 is where we should be this time of year for our high temperature, and the average low temperature is 36. As we take a look at temperatures at this hour across the viewership, we see still rather mild because of some cloudiness that's worked its way in. It's going to be variable in the evening hours, so some of these could be able to really plunge as soon as they get some clearing skies to cool things off. But for at this point in Sparta, up in Allegheny County, 45 degrees, 52 in North Wilkesboro. Elkin coming in at 51 degrees. Work our way across the area. You see 51 in Mount Airy, 52 down in Mocksville, 53 in Thomasville. Well, to start your Turkey Day off, we're going to look for generally some increasing cloudiness throughout the area. 40 degrees as that morning temperature gets going. Things will be getting kind of breezy, kind of cool, and kind of cloudy. We'll have that kind of forecast coming up after this.
Carolina's got the Panthers. Charlotte's got the Hornets. And Winston-Salem's got Bocock Stroud's $1 Million Sale. Save big in most every department. Save 10 to 50% on all athletic shoes featuring brand names like Nike, Reebok, and Asics. Save on a special selection of quality NFL jackets. And recover from those big holiday meals with special savings on exercise equipment like treadmills, skiers, and steppers. Get a jump on Christmas at Bocock Stroud's 5th Annual $1 Million Sale going on now.
If you're looking for ways to make a statement, here's the Mazda 626LX, now available with a V6 engine and standard dual airbags, plus the best basic warranty in its class, loaded with power equipment. Now lease a Mazda 626LX, just $199 per month with $1,200 down. It'll say a lot about your sense of value and style. Mazda, it just feels right.
When the sun goes up this weekend, you can be a big part of making life better for some special neighbors. During our holiday savings time this Friday from 7 to 10 a.m., Wal-Mart will donate a portion of what you spend with us to a charity in your hometown. Start your holiday with holiday savings time this weekend at Wal-Mart. You'll enjoy special savings and help your hometown in special ways.
Step right up to the final days of the Colfax Furniture store-wide tent sale. The Triad has flipped its wig over. Crews have worked overtime, restocking the Colfax tents and showrooms for these last phenomenal days. Look for the bright red tent sale price tags for final markdowns on our entire $5 million inventory. The final days of the Colfax Furniture store-wide tent sale. Hop in your car and get there quick because the curtain falls this Sunday at 6 p.m. Colfax Furniture, Greensboro, Kernersville, and Reedsville.
Honey, I'll be right back.
This Friday, the doors open at 7 a.m. at Belk with the After Thanksgiving sale. Save on Cricket Lane coordinates. Right now, they're 40% off. A great reason to buy during the After Thanksgiving sale at Belk.
This is incredible!
Also save 40% on our entire stock of coordinates from Alfred Dunner. Fashions that give you flexibility. We've got it all for you during the After Thanksgiving sale at Belk.
Better get here early.
Trying to figure out what I was going to talk to you about. I knew it was very important. But anyway, happy Thanksgiving.
I can wait. I've got all night.
I knew I had something important. It must not have been that important.
Well, you have a good turkey day.
Thank you so much.
Have that big nap afterwards. Hey, I tell you what, as you can see once again here as we show you the roads, things are clearing up for some. Not a bad travel night weather-wise throughout our area. We're just seeing clouds. We're not seeing any of the ice, rain, and snow that is to our north and to our west. We just have a slight chance for a shower or two. And as you can see, those folks look like they're going the speed limit. As we go ahead and take a look right now at our current conditions, we've got 52 degrees. No real winds out there, 40% relative humidity, and the barometer is holding steady. Taking a look right now at temperatures, these are high temperatures across the nation. We can still see where the bitterly cold air is up around Montana, 3 degrees for the high. Denver, 2 days ago, 65. Yesterday, they thought it was bad when they went from 65 to 32. Ha! Mom and Dad, your high temperature today, 7 degrees out there in the west. Meanwhile, things will be cooling off as that air comes not only south towards New Mexico, but also making its way east along with the storm that's just churning there, bringing more snowfall. Temperature is much milder, of course, for us here for high temperatures. Raleigh, 68 degrees, 57 in the nation's capital, as well as the Big Apple. Charleston coming in at 73, and Nashville coming in at 65 degrees. Now, the satellite picture shows us the storm, the big storm, just here spinning. It's really all dressed up and nowhere to go. You can see the counterclockwise motion here, pretty much exiling itself from the system. The majority majority of the system that's got the impulse going towards the east and northeast. Now, we're getting the downside of this cold front, bringing the cloudiness in our area. Also, we're getting the incoming showers combined with this system by Friday and Saturday, and we're keeping an eye on the clouds out to the eastern sections in the ocean, so we're really pretty much surrounded, so we won't be seeing our clear skies last. In fact, we're starting to see that increase in cloudiness already. On the radar picture, so scattered showers off the Outer Banks, and as we work it down in Florida, and then cold showers outside of Cleveland, mixing into snow from southern portions of Wisconsin into Minnesota, the Dakotas as well, and also overnight some light frostings across the mountains, but that'll increase for you folks that might have flight plans getting into the Rockies. I know a lot of folks like to get that first season skiing in out there. It's going to be some travel problems because of the snow. Otherwise, just cold, wet, and icy working through the nation's heartland here. As we take a look at our forecast for Thursday, we're going to be looking at pretty much getting backsighted from this frontal boundary, a backdoor front we call it, as it swings its way from our east, coming back through our area. That's going to create windy conditions for us, also increasing clouds. And as this starts to clear out, this system will get a little more energy to move its way to the east and northeast, which means we're not going to get the snow, but we are going to get this chance of showers to increase as this moisture, along with the frontal boundary, makes its way to our area by Friday. Maybe as early as an isolated shower tomorrow, but generally by Friday and Saturday, and then clearing with cold air. This cold air from the west will be in its place by Sunday and Monday. For you folks in the mountains this evening, look for temperatures to be still kind of cold, 34 degrees with increasing cloudiness throughout the evening hours. Then for tomorrow, 50 degrees for your high temperature with variably cloudy skies, breezy conditions, maybe an isolated shower latter part of your Thanksgiving. If your plans are for the coast, if you're going to head out there, look for variably cloudy skies, windy and cooler, 64 degrees, but a gusty northeasterly wind creating all sorts of problems, lake wind advisories and things of that nature. And then for tonight in the Piedmont, we're going to look for increasing clouds as well. 36 is as cold as we'll get, and if we're lucky, actually, the clouds will blanket us from getting even that cold. But then for tomorrow, we're going to look for a situation of mostly cloudy skies, cooler, breezy conditions, 54 for the high temperature, maybe an isolated shower as we get towards the latter part of the day, and then that chance increases on Friday as well as Saturday as the system makes its way towards the east. And then as it clears out, replacing the showers that will be cooling temperatures off, we've got the very cold air that's going to be working its way in our area as Sunday and Monday clears out. Very cold highs as well as low temperatures. Hey, remember, if we're looking for help for the Weather Watchers, Eye to the Sky, drop me a line, P.O. Box 11847. Have your phone number on there. As soon as we collect what we need, we'll be giving you a call.
I knew what I was going to ask you, and that is using this phrase, rubber band forecast.
Yeah, kind of snapping us from very cold to very warm afternoons, but that's over with. Now we're just going to be kind of cool and cold.
A real creative term.
And now we know.
I can.
Thank you.
Well, when you watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade here on WXII tomorrow, keep a sharp eye out. You'll see the Carolina Marching Band playing down the streets of New York. They are the only collegiate band invited to march in this year's parade. Up next, my continuing look at end-of-life issues. Tonight, we'll talk to people appointed to make the tough decisions.
But first, here's a look at what to expect in the headlines tomorrow in neighborhood news. In tomorrow's Winston-Salem Journal, it's the spirit of Thanksgiving. You'll see what Good Samaritans are doing in Lexington to help the needy this holiday season.
Take it from the Truck Authority. It's the baddest compact pickup around. The 94 Ford Ranger. For the past 6 years straight, it's been America's #1 selling compact pickup. And during Ford Truck Month, save up to $1,900 on the all-new Ford Ranger. These deals are so good, they're bad. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. The Truck Authority.
Bad to the bone. Bad.
These were fun last year.
Bowl, please.
How can they burn out in a box in the basement?
Bowl, please.
Once these are up, it's time for a movie.
So why did we take them down?
Because it was June.
Want to lighten up the holidays? Make it a Blockbuster night.
There is a place beyond fear, beyond pain, beyond the very limits of human endurance.
We're gonna save ourselves.
The true story about staying alive. From Touchstone Home Video, rated R.
This is Erwin Lowenstein, president of Rhodes Furniture, reviewing plans for their after Thanksgiving half-off sale.
Whose idea was it to take half off all these items?
Bob's.
Nice work, Bob.
Take half off this bedroom group, including dresser with mirror, high boy, and rice scarf bed, now half price at $9.99. Plus, make no payments till June '94 or get 0% interest financing for 6 months during the after Thanksgiving half-off sale.
McCain introduces the ultimate experience for French fry lovers. New McCain Ultimate Spiral Fries. Spicy battered, or with a unique crispy coating, for an earth-shaking crunch, and a taste that'll have you on the edge of your seat. Delicious new McCain Ultimate Spirals.
Whoa!
Experience them for yourself. McCain, the ultimate taste.
I remember you.
The tilt and telescoping steering wheel and 8-way adjustable driver's seat of the new Acura Legend will return precisely to the position you last left them with a touch of a button. After all, everyone likes to be remembered.
Tell them
The Acura Legend. Some things are worth the price. Lease an Acura Legend for $3.99 a month. See your dealer for details.
In England, 2 boys convicted of murdering a 2-year-old boy will be confined for their crime. The judge sentenced them to indefinite detention in a secure facility for killing little James Bulger. The judge called their actions cunning and very wicked. These were shots of the kidnapping at a mall. The boys sobbed as they were taken away from court today. In our area, a retired Wilkes County school teacher is charged with multiple sex offenses against students. 58-year-old Paul Harrison Blackburn taught 8th grade math at Mountain View School until last year. Officers charged that Blackburn took part in 4 cases of indecent liberties and 4 crimes against nature at the school.
Our Health Watch report tonight looks at families and the decisions many families face every day in this country about a loved one's health. But many hospitals and nursing homes now have medical ethics committees to help advise patients, families, and doctors. In tonight's series, A Time to Die, we show you who sits on these committees and what qualifies them to make decisions about your life.
What should we do regarding persistent vegetative state?
Dr. Richard Vance is leading a discussion at the monthly meeting of the Ethics Subcommittee at Bowman Gray Baptist Medical Center. This group is often brought in as a third party to advise patients, families, and doctors on issues affecting the patient's health.
This committee serves as a resource to provide people who have disinterested perspectives, who are educated in these issues, who can listen to the issues, ask the appropriate questions, and then provide reassurance in most cases that, in fact, the physician and the family are planning to do the right thing.
The committee is made up of medical specialists, ethicists, clergy, nurses, attorneys, administrators, and other members of the community, all of whom share an interest in patient care.
Elaine Esposito, who lived for like 37 years in this condition, she was a 6-year-old
Besides specific cases, the group discusses the latest medical research as well. Today, they're discussing a recent article on persistent vegetative state.
These are just sicker people that are living longer, and I think our...
The article suggests that 37% of all patients in a persistent vegetative state, or PVS, are misdiagnosed. This is cause for concern among committee members because many of the cases they review are PVS patients. Vance recognizes the authority doctors have over patients and brings it to the attention of the committee.
That physician, if he can get someone else to concur, another physician to concur, can withdraw therapy, even if they're 2nd degree or 3rd degree relatives.
The committee realizes that depending on which doctor you ask, there could be as many as 15 different definitions for PVS.
I find it very difficult. You feel it's the responsibility of the clinical service?
No. It's the responsibility of us in society.
In the end, the committee decides to come up with a clear-cut definition of PVS, put it in writing, and pass it out to members of the hospital and teaching staff. Micheline Maringer is Vice President of Nursing. She says everyone on the committee represents a different viewpoint, helpful when coming up with a recommendation that is best for the patient.
Because we have the latest technologies, more ethical dilemmas do arise, because whether or not one should apply them or use them is not always a clear-cut medical decision.
In most all of these cases, the patient does not have a living will or health care power of attorney. Tomorrow night at 11, we'll examine these important legal documents and show you how to get started.
And we have another update for you tonight about the story concerning John Johnson, the man who lost that $21,000 just moments ago. We heard from Mr. Johnson in the Stokes County Sheriff's Department. The 2 people the lawmen were searching for in connection with the lost money have turned themselves in. Lawmen haven't said whether they got the money back as yet, so stay tuned. Just ahead, another Wake Forest player is ruled ineligible.
And Duke State and Carolina hoop highlights. Sports is up next.
We're opening doors on the best of '94 and '93.
The best of '94, Toyota.
It's Toyota's first sales event of the new model year. Save on Corolla, a benchmark in America for 25 years. Right now, there's factory incentives up to $800 on Corolla, and silver anniversary option savings up to $700. Act now and you can save up to $1,500. It's the best of the 94 sales event at your Toyota dealer now. You get the best Toyota!
I like the Home Depot atmosphere. I like the excitement that the store generates. In our paint department, we have a number of excellent products. One of our finest is Behr Paint. And Behr Premium Plus is terrific. It's our premium quality interior and exterior paint. It's super durable and can handle thousands of scrubs. Behr is made with pure, clean titanium for brighter, cleaner colors. Ordinary paint just can't compare with Behr. Right off the bat, you're going to get the right selection, and you're going to get the right customer service, which is the important thing.
All for you! Save on Rockport during our Shoe Spectacular at Belk. You can see it in everything we do. Resilient and lightweight, Rockport cradles your foot for comfort. All for you! And for a limited time, they're 20% off. Quality and savings that are truly spectacular. This holiday, from us to you, we've got it all for you. At Belk.
Genuine jockey.
Real quality, real fit. No wonder people feel so comfortable with Jockey.
Genuine people. Genuine jockey.
This is an Eagle Vision, a sophisticated American sports sedan that's equipped with a 3.3-liter V6 engine, touring suspension, four-wheel disc brakes, even driver and front passenger airbags. Very impressive for around $20,300. In truth, we probably could have priced it a lot higher. But then we'd have to call it something else, like maybe an import.
See your Carolina Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Newswatch 12 Sports is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, where safety, reliability, and performance are never optional.
An important development in Wake Forest basketball tonight.
There's a continual black cloud over this team this season. As Wake Forest prepares to play at the Great Alaska Shootout tomorrow, they have been hit by an avalanche here at home tonight. Ricardo Peral, the freshman from Spain, has been ruled ineligible by school officials. It comes 1 week after the NCAA cleared him. But Wake has new information that questions Peral's amateur status after playing club ball in Spain last year. He might be considered a professional. Peral now joins another freshman, Mokhtar Injay, as ineligible for tomorrow night's opener. Meantime, the Carolina Tar Heels have not disappointed anyone this season, winning their first 2 games by an average of 20 points and looking for more of the same in the NIT preseason tonight against Massachusetts. And Dean Smith coaching his 1,000th career game, and look inside to Brian Reese, pours it in. Watch out, UMass. Here come the Heels. Donald Williams all the way and pumps it home. Carolina led 11-0, but couldn't make it whole. The Minutemen were dominating the offensive boards. 7-2 Jeff Meyer. UMass now led by